Hello Revit users and ambitious architects or engineers, it's me again from Ingenium Mind, and today we're going to talk about nested families. So as you can see in my screen, we have already opened our custom family of table. So nesting in Revit allows us to place families within other families in order to display their combined geometries and make them behave like a single unit within a project. There are many use cases for nesting Revit content, such as use of repeated components or parametric elements in an array. There are also situations where placing a set of families together would be very convenient. For example, a table and its surrounding chairs. But if you do this by nesting chairs and table within a furniture system family, you wouldn't be able to count those chairs independently at a later stage. So this is where shared nested families come in. So by making the chairs and table as shared nested elements of the family, we would get the best of both worlds. Ease of placement within the project and full functionality for the information contained within the nested families. So as you can see in my screen, in this our custom project, I'm gonna nest additional chair families, and we will see what kind of functionality we can get by doing that. To begin with, let's create a custom chair family. So let's open up a new family template. I'm going to use again metric generic model family template. And I'm going to create a plain simple chair. But of course, I'm going to use reference planes again. This is crucial for creating a parametric families. So don't forget that. I hope I will get into your minds to never lose this sense, this idea to always begin with the reference planes. Okay, so we can add width, depth. Let's create those 4 legs. Let's not be a futuristic. Don't create any nonsenses. Sorry about that. I forget to create a center mark visible. Let's line them again. Okay, so here we have our legs created. Let's create. Let's select all of those dimensions all together. Let's create additional parameter, which is going to be, let's say, chair leg. Then we're going to call everything by chair. Let's change it up to 5 centimeters. Let's hit OK. Now let's create chair width, chair depth. Chair depth parameters. Always don't forget to check if everything works. That's also one of our workflow key steps. Let's make the chair depth of, let's say, 400 millimeters. Okay, that's perfect. Well, at least I think so. Let's go to elevations. Let's create 2 additional reference planes. So one for the our legs height and one for the our back support. Let's, of course, add height for this one and for this one as well. So this is going to be chair leg height. And this one is going to be chair support height. So for the legs, on the extrusion end, let's select chair leg height. Oh, sorry about that. Here it is. Now let's create the sitting part. Just plain simple. Oh, okay, I forgot the reference planes. Well, it's not necessary in this stage to create reference planes, but just a more just the way I'm always creating these families. So I like to always create reference planes because you never know on further stages when you're gonna need some kind of adjustments or to customize a bit our created family. So it's worth it to create reference planes, and it's not that time costly, let's say. Let's select reference plane to create, let's say, offsets. Chair base offset. Let's change that to 5 centimeters, probably. Chair leg height, let's create 800. Chair support height, let's make 1.5 meters. Chair base offset 4 centimeters. And let's change our leg diameter to 3 centimeters. Okay, that's perfect. Okay, now let's change the height of it. Okay, so for the for the extrusion start, I'm gonna use the leg height, and for the extrusion end, I'm gonna create additional parameter, chair base. So that chair base thickness. Distance parameter, just gonna be 3 centimeters as well, and let's create a new parameter, which is gonna be chair thickness calculation, let's say. Instance parameter, and let's put it under the other group over here. And let's just copy the chair leg height and chair base thickness. So now we're gonna have our thickness created, which is gonna be from chair leg height plus chair base thickness. And I'm gonna use it over here under the extrusion end in this small rectangle. I'm gonna select chair thickness calculation. So all those steps are shown in previous videos, so the majority of you probably already know how to do it, but just in case. Okay, so this is let's create additional support so it will look more of a chair way. Okay, so for that I'm gonna go to let's say reference. I'm gonna change it to leg height. I'm gonna go to the reference level, and I'm gonna create additional extrusion, which is gonna be something like that. And I would love it to let's align it to this geometry and this one to this. Okay, for this situation, it's gonna be perfect. And for the extrusion end, I'm gonna use support height, and for the beginning of it, I'm gonna use chair leg height. So okay, I should do some changes over here. So okay, let's do it. Let's create additional offsets, for example, or just let's go to the elevation and let's create additional reference plane, and let's create additional, and this is gonna be, oh wait a minute, yeah, I already do have what I'm doing. Haha, sorry about that. I just can simply use um, chair thickness calculation. And here it is. Okay, so that's the general concept of our chair created. Now I'm gonna nest it into our table family project. Now I'm gonna load this chair family to our table family created, and it means that I'm gonna nest this family into another family. So before doing that, it's important to take a look at these options in the properties bar over here. So general idea of this shared parameter over here is that we can select the shared nest elements, we can tag them and schedule them. The shared nested elements also display in the project browser, while non-shared nested elements don't appear at all. So the shared nest elements can also be edited in the family editor and brought back to the model, updating all instances of the nested elements. So shared nested families in Revit have a category that is independent of their host. This category will define how the shared nested families display in views. So within a Revit project, all filters and visibility settings that apply to the category of the shared nested families will affect them independently of the host. At the same time, filters and visibility settings apply to the category of the host family won't affect its shared nested families if they are of different category. For example, hiding category of furniture won't hide shared nested casters of category generic models, and so on. So I think that you got a general idea. So I want to create this as shared nested family so I can tag it, create the schedules, I can modify it independently of the whole table family created. So let's use shared and let's load it into the family 4, which is my table family created. And let's place those chairs just simple like that. For you can use space for the rotation of these elements, or you can use rotate after placement tick mark over here. Or we can, just for the sake of symmetry, let's use a mirror. Where is it? Pick axis. Here you go. Now let's go to the 3D view. And I have those 4 families nested. You can see them under the families in the project browser that I do have a family 6. Those are my chairs. Now, for example, if I'm gonna select this chair, let's say, if I'm gonna change the height of the legs, you can see that it will affect only the chair independently of those different nested families. So now let's load it up into project, and I'm going to show you one important feature as well. Okay, so it's not appearing, so let's for it manually. Let's go to the 3D view, and you can see that this chair it is modified, let's say, but if I'm going to select this family, I can only change instance parameters of the table family created, but not of those nested chairs instance parameters. So this is where associated parameters comes in handy. So if I'm going to go back to table family, in here I'm going to create a new additional parameter. Let's say a chair leg height, but I want to understand that it's gonna be associated parameter with a nested parameter of the chair family. So I'm gonna create some additional symbolics before it. So let's say it will do the job. Let's hit OK. And let's type it in something, and let's hit OK. So now what I'm going to do is, let's say I'm going to select all of those chairs, and under the chair leg height, I'm going to press this associate family parameter. So now I'm going to associate with the chair leg height. And now I'm going to load it into the project and see, and you will see that I'm now able to change the parameter value of those chair leg heights of of them being nested families, right? So let's make 800, and you'll see now it is customizable. So this is where it comes in handy to work with those associated parameters. So keep that in mind. It's quite important when you come in with some complex families created in your project. And another thing to remember, for example, when you create those kind of complex families, I can load a chair family independently as well to the project, simply by dragging it into the project over here, because this family is nested into this family, so I get both of those families independently in my project. So yeah, I hope it was informative for you. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your attention and time. Have a good time. I hope it was enjoyable, and see you soon in further videos. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and bye bye.